Hey, what's up guys, Ramtin here, and in the last episode of the Battlefield 3 strategy guide, we went over what you should be running for TDM. Now TDM is pretty much, for the most part, it's just a lone wolf thing. It's very Call of Duty-esque, it's just run and gun. However, in Rush, which is what we're going to be covering today, you're going to need a good squad. Well, first of all, you're going to need a squad, so you're going to need 3 other friends to play with. And today we're going to cover the classes that each of you should run. So starting with Assault. The gun that you should choose is the AK-971. There's a lot of competitors for it, like the M16, the M416. There's a lot of options out there, but my personal favorite is the AK-971. Ran with no optics, just its iron sights, foregrip and suppressor. Secondary, you want the G18 suppressed or the 93R 3-round burst machine pistol, but G18 suppressed. Medic kit for your gadget 1 if you're on defense. If you're on offense, what you're going to want is the smoke grenade. For your gadget 2, no choice, defibrillators, and for your specialization, ammo. Moving on to the engineer class, for your primary weapon, again with no iron sights, the AKS-74U. Secondary attachment, foregrip. Third attachment, suppressor. G18 suppressed for your secondary. And for your gadget 1 slot, if a helicopter's annoying you, then you want a stinger. But however, if it's a tank or infantry which is annoying you, you definitely want the non-aimed weapon, so it's the small or the RPG. Gadget 2, definitely go with the repair tool. And for your specialization, go with squad explosives, as this will give you 5 more unguided shells, and it'll give other teammates like more claymores, more C4, etc. Moving on to the support class, there's 2 choices here. You can either run the M60 with holographic, foregrip or extended mags, or you can run the MG36 with again foregrip, extended mags and your iron sight and the iron sight or your sight of choice. You have the G18 suppressed again for your secondary. Don't have a choice, you have the ammo box. And for your gadget 2, you want the claymores, and your specialization should be the suppressor. The reason that we put that as our specialization is that if you're using, a 200 bullet light machine gun and you're suppressing an area down, you want them to really feel it, and you want their screen to go blurry so they can't fire back. And when you do this, it allows your teammates to push forward. And if your teammates are using smoke grenades as well, then it becomes pretty easy. And finally we go to the recon class. Now your weapon can either be a submachine gun, or of course if you can snipe, then you put on a sniper rifle. I can't snipe at all, so I won't even pretend to give you tips because I don't know anything about sniping. So I put on the P90 with the following attachments: the red dot sight, although the iron sights are very good, the laser sight, and that's because the laser sight gives you better hip fire spread. Suppressor keeps you off the map, reduces recoil by 10%. G18 suppressed for your secondary. The MAV for your gadget 1. Gadget 2, you have no choice, it's the radio beacon. And sprint. Now what you want to do with the squad sprint is run into, near the enemy spawn if they're defending, and then you plant your radio beacon down. However, if you find you can't even get there, you use your MAV and you scout all the enemy troops for your teammates. And then that way your entire team can actually push forward. And when they push forward, then you get out of the MAV and you run yourself. That's also really good what's really good with the squad specializations is that they get all the benefits and you get all the benefits that you and your teammates put on. So you're not just giving yourself sprint, you're giving all your teammates sprint. They're giving you ammo. And all of this just makes you one really, really strong unit. So those were my kind of pretty much definitive class guides for basically the loadout you want to run for winning in Rush. If you want to mess around or not take it so seriously, then obviously put on whatever you want. But from my time playing with all these guns, all this equipment, this is what I would definitely recommend you use if you want to win in Rush, defending or if you're on offense. And that pretty much wraps up this episode for the strategy guide. The future episodes, we're going to do breakdowns of actual maps. So on Karg Island, what are you going to want to do to get past that? It's pretty much impenetrable defense. It's very difficult, it's very bottleneck. and we're gonna just go over how you break that sort of barrier, and then just the routes that you take on rush. Offending, and obviously if you're defending, there's not really much routes you can take. You can just kind of hold down an area. There's not really much strategy, but on offense is what we're going to focus on. So subscribe for the future episodes of Battlefield 3, you know, the strategy guides. Leave a comment, I'll get back to you, and have yourselves a nice day. Take care.